We all are drops of consciousness. Saints and mystics tell us that we are all connected. We may have outer appearances that differ, but within us is the soul, and all souls are part of God. Whereas meditation helps us see our connectedness when we invert, it is hard to prove this at the physical level, using scientific methods and tools. Think of connectedness as water droplets. When all the droplets enter the ocean, they are connected as part of a large body of water. We can remove droplets from the ocean and put them in different jars of various shapes and sizes. By separating out these droplets and putting them in different containers, whether glass, plastic, metal, or any other substance, no matter what the color or shape of the vessel, the basic structure of the water does not change. Each water droplet is the same as when it was part of the ocean. We can then take each droplet out of its container and put it back into the ocean. The drop merges back because its properties have not changed. This is an analogy to show how our souls were, at one time, part of God. We all are drops of consciousness, radiating light and sound. When these drops of consciousness are encased in a physical body, they remain the same drops of soul. The difference is that when we look for the drops of soul with our outer eyes, we cannot see them, for the soul is not visible to our physical eyes. However, if we could see with our spiritual eye in meditation, we would then recognize the drop of light and consciousness within us. Meditation is the process of realizing our inner connectedness. It allows us to turn our gaze from the mirror in which we see our face of flesh and blood to invert to see our spiritual essence made of light and music. Meditation is the process of self-knowledge where we realize ourself as soul. Think of the power of that realization. All those people against whom we may have bigotry and prejudice no longer look different from us. We see that their outer shapes, sizes, faces and colors are just an outer coat covering the same essence as our own. Likewise, just as we put on clothes of different colors, designs and textures, these garments do not change who we are beneath the clothes. We are the same person whether we wear a coat, a sweater, pants, a suit, or pajamas. Similarly, when the soul puts on an outer form of a human body, or even an animal, it is still a soul within, and this soul is the same essence as ourself. When we develop this vision, we no longer see through the eyes of prejudice and discrimination. We break down the barriers that separate one human being from another. We feel connected at the level of the soul. When we begin to rise into the spiritual realms, we see that the other souls inhabiting bodies have the same essence as we do, all light, all sound, and all consciousness. At the level of the soul, we all look the same. When we realize we are all the same, we treat others differently. We recognize the soul as a part of God. Then, we come to see that we are all children of the one Creator.